It's CJ and Waz on ESPN Radio 1280. Joining us right now, he is one of the most prolific coaches in the history of college football. And not only is he an incredible coach, but it sure runs in the family. Bobby Bowden is joining us on the Sports Bite. Bobby, how the heck are you?
Oh, doing good. Good to talk to you.
It has sure been a while, and I appreciate you giving me a couple minutes.
Well, it's always good to talk to you people.
All right, you've seen him in national championship games. You've seen him win 2 with the Seminoles in 93 and 99, 12 ACC conference championships, and he's joining us on the Sports Bite. I wanted to get your take, because you and I haven't talked in a couple years, and the replay has been added to college football. The state of college football since you've been involved has just changed and evolved so much. Are there any things that you love about the newness in college football and anything that you just kind of wish would go away?
I don't know, but it is amazing all of the changes that have occurred in college football. It seems like they're always changing the rules in football, but doesn't seem like they do it in the other sports, And now we've got the challenge rule. And if we hadn't had that, we might have won last week. We recovered. We thought we did recover a fumble, but they ruled it joint possession. It could have made the difference in the game. But so far, we hadn't had a ruling that helped us yet. But I guess it's a good rule. It's like anything else. We finally get accustomed to it.
Hey, Bobby. Speaking of changes in football, how has your motivation changed from maybe day one as your coach to now coaching your Seminoles at a much more wiser age, I guess you could say?
Well, that's a very good question because this is my 54th year of college coaching. Now, 31st one here at Florida State. So naturally, that's a good question. I mean, you started off when you were 23, and now you're 70. I'll be 77 in another month. And the motivation part doesn't change. The mental part doesn't change. You slow down. You slow down physically. But and then you delegate more authority. But that most coaches do that anyway. But it used to be I called the plays and all that. But it's mighty hard to do that nowadays. But again, the emotional part is still there. The desire to win is still there. The sadness or the regrets of a defeat, that doesn't change. The elation of a win, that doesn't change. So I think other than slowing down physically, everything else is pretty much the same.
What about your passion for changing kids' lives, helping them along, showing them the bigger aspects of the world?
Well, that's always been one of my goals in coaching because I always felt like that was something I ought to do and other coaches ought to do because boys that are coming up nowadays, there's so many of them. I mean, I hate to say it, but I believe a majority come from homes that are broken, where maybe only they have a mother, or maybe they only have a grandmother, or maybe they're living with their father and the mother's gone, and they're missing so much. And I feel like we coaches sometimes can become the only fathers that these boys get, and that's always been in my mind, and trying to teach them off the field, not just football, not just academics, but the important parts of life that are going to be everlasting.
That's a huge responsibility, Bobby, because not only do you have to worry about what's going on in the field, but the kind of boys that you're going to help turn into men. That is huge.
Oh, that's big. Oh, you're exactly. It's big. Now, the world, as you know, don't worry about that. But you and I know that the things that are important in life, that's probably the most important.
Bobby Bowden joining us on ESPN Radio 1280. You talk about these kids and where they're coming from and single-parent homes, and we see so much more. And I think a lot of it, Bobby, is because we have sports radio stations. We have 15,000 sports magazines. We have 20 sports TV shows. So these things might have been going on years ago, but we're hearing about them more now. So how do you not only protect the guys, but...
I think you're right. 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago when I started, the people didn't know this. I mean, the media wasn't like it is today. I mean, now then, the media knows everything that's going on, and it's brought to the public. And so a mistake is magnified. And a lot of times the good things you try to do are not magnified because it doesn't sell. But it's a very surveyed profession now, where everybody knows what's happening to you and your boys.
So how much time do you spend in conversations about life as opposed to conversations about football?
I spend a lot of time, not like an hour at a time, but I'm continually when we have meetings mentioning to the boys about their faith, and about being a man and what life is going to be like 30 years from now. And I do spend a lot. I don't let hardly a meeting go by without talking to them about that.